There's that great story about Sukkot. It wasn't like today. Today, you go to the rabbi, you go to your local store, you get an esrog. Our great-grandparents would be jealous of the esrogs that we find. They used to be able to get lucky if the town had one esrog. Everybody can share it and come make a blessing at the rabbi's house. So what happened was, one year, the weather was cold, and there wasn't even an esrog to be found in the whole city of Berditchev. Nobody had one. And 2 days before the holiday, a carriage passed through the city. And there was a rich man in the coach. And someone asked him if perhaps he has an esrog. He said, oh, do I have an esrog? Not only do I have an esrog, I have an esrog that I bought specifically so I could take back to my home and make everybody else jealous of me. So they said, no, you're staying here. You cannot go. There's a whole city. We don't have an esrog. He says, absolutely not. I promise my family I'll be home for Yom Tov. Hashem will make a miracle for you, but not through me. So they brought him to the Berditchever. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak said, if you stay in town for the holiday, I promise you, Imi bimchitzasi. Imi bimchitzasi means you'll be in my court in the world to come. Couldn't turn that down. Done. I'm staying for the holiday with the esrog. Beautiful. And Rabbi Levi Yitzchak sent out a secret message to everybody in the town. Tomorrow night, the first night of Sukkot, when every Jew wants to sit in the sukkah, that's the mitzvah, nobody in the city should let this Jew into the sukkah. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak says, nobody asks any questions. So the first night of Sukkot, everyone comes to shul. So this rich guy who gave up his holiday literally to spend here in the city, he's standing in the back of the shul and he's waiting for somebody to invite him. Nobody invites him. He can't believe it. I came to this place, it's supposed to be a Jewish place, and nobody invites a Jew to come sit in the sukkah. So he goes down the block to the first home, knocks on the door, they say, hello, any chance I can come into the sukkah? They say, sorry, we're full. He goes to the next sukkah, no. Basically, he starts to catch on that something is fishy over here. So he decides to go to the Berditchever himself. He finds the Berditchever's house, bangs down his door. He says, I don't know what you're playing over here. You gotta let me into the sukkah. So Rabbi Levi Yitzchak says, here's my deal. Give me back the reward of being in the world to come, and you can come sit in my sukkah. So the guy said, what? I only stayed here because of the promise, and now you're not gonna let me go into the sukkah? So he said, hey, listen, you can still have the world to come. I'm just saying, you wanna come make Kiddush in the sukkah, you gotta give me back the world to come. So the guy thought about it, and he said, you know what? I'm here in this world to do mitzvahs. Rabbi, you can have it back. I wanna make Kiddush in the sukkah. So Rabbi Yitzchak let him into his home, and he got up in the center of the sukkah and he looked towards heaven and he said, look Hashem, how precious are your children. This guy could have been home for Yom Tov with his family. He gave it up for Tzaddik's promise. And now I made him take it away just to do a mitzvah. Look what he'll give up to do a mitzvah. He'll give up the world to come, just to be able to come sit in the sukkah like you commanded. And with that, he sanctified the holiday, he made Kiddush. And he gave him, he said, you could have it back too. The soul of the story is what a mitzvah can accomplish in this physical world, sitting in the four walls of the sukkah. The whole world to come doesn't come to the heels of that mitzvah.